I watched you from across the room. Your eyes were full, but mine stayed gloom. I tried to speak, but words won't come. So I just sat there, feeling numb. Every heartbeat louder in the dark. You were a song I missed from the start. Midnight stare, holding breath in silence. Can you feel my quiet defiance? I wish you knew how much I care, but all I gave was a midnight stare. You laughed and leaned against the wall. I faded back, afraid to fall. One step close, then 2 steps gone. Why is it so hard to just hold on? Every second felt like a fight, but I just faded into night. Midnight stare, love unspoken, caught between the shy and broken. I stood so near, but unaware. You needed more than a midnight stare. If time rewinds, I'd say your name. Drop the mask, release the shame. But here we are, still unaware, trapped in echoes of a midnight stare. Midnight stare where I still linger, tracing dreams with every finger. You walked away, and I was there, left behind with just a midnight stare. You looked at me with open arms, but I was trapped behind my guard. The fear of love, too loud to drown. So I just smiled and let you down. Every word I held inside was a truth I tried to numb. These are the words I never said. They echoed quietly inside my head. If I had known how much it hurt, I would have spoken every word. But silence stood where love should be, and now you're just a memory. You waited there through all my storms, but I stayed cold and never warm. You gave me light I couldn't see, just a memory. You turned away but stayed so near. The words were gone but I could hear the way your breath began to shake, like something fragile soon to break. You never said you had to leave, but I could feel it underneath. We were falling in silence. No goodbye, no defiance. Like a dream fading slow, like a song I'll never know. Your eyes said what you never could, and I stayed quiet like I should. You reached for me, but not too far. I felt you drift like a falling star. The space between was loud and wide, but I still stood there by your side. Maybe love was in the air, but too soft for us to bear. Falling in silence, not a sound, while everything was breaking down. A thousand words I didn't say, and all the light just slipped away. I watched you vanish through the haze, inside the quiet where we stayed. Now every night I close my eyes and search for truth in empty skies. I wish we fought or screamed instead, but we just fell and nothing said. We were falling in silence. No goodbye, no defiance. Like a dream fading slow, like a song I'll never know. Your eyes said what you never could, and I stayed quiet like I should. You smiled at me through clearer days, but something dimmed behind the haze. Like watching love behind a screen, so close but never truly seen. I reached for you with trembling hands, but hit a wall I didn't understand. It's like glass between us. I see your tears, but I can't touch. You're right here, but out of reach. No words can cross, no way to teach. A love that's real, but never free. A heart that breaks silently. We laugh like nothing's ever wrong, but silence echoes in the song. I hear the pain you never speak, and every breath that turns so weak. Maybe we were meant to try, but never strong enough. between us, night and day. We look but always turn away. I feel the warmth behind the wall, but every touch just starts to fall. We're dancing in a frozen light, pretending everything's alright. If I could break what keeps us still, would you come close? Would you feel? Or would the glass remain the line that draws your heart away from mine? It's like glass between us. I see your tears, but I can't touch. You're right here, but out of reach. No words can cross, no way to teach. A love that's real, but never free. A heart that breaks silently. I laugh like everything's okay, but there's a storm that won't go away. My voice is calm, my steps are light, but I'm just holding through the night. No one sees the ache I hide. It's buried deep where tears reside. There are cracks in my smile, pain that lingers for a while. I wear my mask and play the part, but silence lives inside my heart. You see the shine, I'll let you see, but never the shadows haunting me. I say I'm fine when I'm alone, but every word is carved in stone. I try to mend what's torn apart, but I don't know where I should start. Maybe I was made to bend, but even still can break again. These cracks in my smile run so deep, from secrets I could never keep. You thought I healed, but I just hide all the rain I hold inside. And if I fall, I'll fall in grace, still wearing that same shining face. Let me break without a sound, let the pieces hit the ground. Maybe then you'll see the truth, that I've been aching next to you. with open hands, but I just couldn't understand how something real could feel so near when all I've known has lived in fear. I wanted love but pulled away, afraid of things I couldn't say. I'm hard to hold like shifting light, here with you then out of sight. I disappear when you get close. I want it all but need it slow. You try to love the part I hide, but I keep turning with the tide. You waited long through nights and days, still I got lost inside my ways. I built my walls with careful care, then cried alone when you weren't there. Maybe I'm not made to stay, but I still wish you'd find a way. I'm hard to hold like falling rain. You catch a drop and feel the pain. I push you back when I need you most, afraid to lose what I want close. You held me strong with hands so true, but I kept slipping out of you. If I could pause the fear inside, I'd stop the waves and change the tide. But all I know is how to run from every chance and every sun. I'm hard to hold like shifting light, here with you then out of sight. I disappear when you get close. I want it all but need it slow. You try to love the part I hide, but I keep turning with the tide. You reach for me in silent grace, but I was lost in my own space, too scared to feel, too blind to see how much you meant, how much to me. I thought that love would hurt too much, so I pulled back from every touch. I looked away first, before the truth could burn, before the fire turned into something we deserved. I turned my eyes and said goodbye before the pain could rise. You stayed and waited day by day. I made excuses, pushed away. You gave me more than I could hold. looked away first from everything we were, from every healing word that I was too afraid to learn. I closed the door and let it end before my heart could bend. If I had let you see me break, would you have stayed for my mistake? But now the mirror shows the cost of every chance that I have lost. I looked away first before the truth could burn, before the fire turned into something we deserved. I turned my eyes and said goodbye before the pain could rise. We move like dancers through the night, but never meet in full daylight. Your voice is warm, your touch is near, but still I feel the quiet fear. We talk of dreams, but not of pain. We smile and start the loop again. It's the unspoken routine, where nothing's said but all is seen. We hold the shape but lose the soul, pretending this is still whole. I trace your face in morning light, but miss the truth that's out of sight. You say goodnight, I close the door, but wonder what we're doing this for. I love you more than I can say, but I just act and look away. We never fight, we never fall, we just forget to feel at all. It's the unspoken routine. We play the roles and stay between the lines we drew to feel secure, but now it's silence we endure. I wish we'd scream, I wish we'd cry, instead we breathe and just get by. If I could break this quiet chain, would we be real or just remain as strangers in a practice dance, afraid to give a second chance? It's the unspoken routine, where nothing's said but all is seen. We hold the shade but lose the soul, pretending this is still whole. I trace your face in morning light, but miss the truth that's out of sight. 'Cause 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 stood so close, but didn't speak. My hands were strong, my voice was weak. You gave me time and gave me grace, but I just watched your fading face. I almost said the words you need, but fear still held the final lead. I was almost brave, almost there to stay. Felt the fire inside, but let it slip away. I nearly fought for you, but stayed behind the wave. I was so close, almost brave. I dreamed of more, but stayed the same. I tried to win a losing game. You opened doors, I left them closed. I feared the truth you always chose. You gave me more than I could take, but I just bent and let it break. I was almost brave, almost touched your pain, almost held your storms, but stayed out in the rain. I nearly called your name, but silence always came. I was right there, almost brave. If courage came in quiet form, would I have kept your love warm? But now I stand where I began, still wishing I had held your hand. I was almost brave, almost there to stay. Felt the fire inside, but let it slip away. I nearly fought for you, but stayed behind the wave. I was so close, almost brave. Almost brave. You looked at me with silent hope. I tied my words in careful rope. I had the chance to speak the truth, but let it drift away from you. The seconds passed without a sound, and now they're lost, not to be found. I was missing the moment while time was breaking open. You gave your heart so wide and clear, but I stood frozen, gripped by fear. I blinked and you were out of sight. A memory I hold each night. You asked me once if I believed, but I just smiled and let you leave. I thought we'd have another day, but all that light just slipped away. Now every clock reminds me still of what I lost and always will. the moment while time was breaking open. You gave your heart so wide and clear, but I stood frozen, gripped by fear. I blinked and you were out of sight. A memory I hold each night.
I heard your steps fade down the hall. No final word, no curtain call. The light was low, the silence deep, and still I couldn't bring to speak. I knew you'd go, but stayed right there. Too numb to move, too scared to care. There are shadows in the hallway, memories that never fade. Echoes walking past the door, like you're still here, like you want more. But all that's left is empty air, and every step you're not there. I see your coat still on the chair. Your scent is floating through the air. I reach to touch, but nothing stays. Just haunted thoughts and yesterdays. You used to hum a song so light, but now I hum it through the night. Shadows in the hallway, still whispering your name. Every corner holds your trace, every room still feels the same. But I walk through a hollow sea, where only shadows hammer it. If I could call you back to me, would you step in or would you flee? But I just listen to the sound of silence walking all around. There are shadows in the hallway, memories that never fade. Echoes walking past the door, like you're still here, like you want more. But all that's left is empty air, and every step you're not there. You touch me soft with frozen skin, but all your warmth lived deep within. Your voice was low, your gaze was kind, but something restless pulled behind. I felt the love beneath the chill, but feared the quiet standing still. Cold hands, warm eyes, you held the truth without disguise. You gave your care in silent ways, but I got lost in empty days. You never said the things I craved, but showed them in the way you stayed. I wanted more than quiet grace. I searched for storms within your face, but you were calm and I was fire. I burned the bridge you built with wire. Now every night I miss that peace, the gentle hold that brought release. Cold hands, warm eyes, love too subtle to realize. I looked for sparks and missed the flame that warmed me, though it never came. Now I would trade my loud goodbyes to hold your cold hands warm with eyes. You never needed words or flair. You just were there and always there. And now the warmth I cast aside is what I'll chase through every night. Cold hands, warm eyes, you held the truth without disguise. You gave your care in silent ways, but I got lost in empty days. You never said the things I craved, but showed them in the way you stayed. You smiled and nodded like before, but I could feel there was much more. The air was thick with things unsaid, like tangled sheets on empty beds. I tried to ask but couldn't break the quiet spell we couldn't shake. Underneath the silence, there's a storm we won't confess, holding back the truth so tight. We're losing each other overnight. We speak in looks but not in lines, and cross invisible divides. I watched you move in practiced ways, but felt you drifting every day. You touched my hand but not my soul, and I kept playing my same role. We used to shout and cry and burn. Now we just nod and never
could break this quiet shield, would all the wounds begin to heal? Or would we find there's nothing left but silence hiding what's bereft? Underneath the silence, there's a storm we won't confess, holding back the truth so tight, we're losing each other overnight. We speak in looks but not in lines, and cross invisible divides.
You stood so near but felt so far, like raindrops locked behind a jar. The thunder spoke the things we feared, but we just watched as clouds appeared. I reached for you through falling skies, but all I found were last goodbyes. There's rain between us, words we lost to rust. We used to shine through any storm, now we just try to feel warm. I see you there, but you're not here, washed away by every tear. The windows fog with things unsaid. We lay apart on different beds. You hear the storm, I feel the chill, but neither one can climb the hill. I thought our love could take the flood, but now we're drowning in the mud. There's rain between us, not the kind that heals, but cold and sharp like hidden steel. You say you care, but I can't feel. And every drop that hits the floor feels like we're less than we were before. If I could stop the storm tonight, would we return or choose to fight? Or would the rain just find a way to wash the last of us away? There's rain between us, and words we lost to rust. We used to shine through any storm, now we just try to feel warm. I see you there, but you're not here, washed away by every tear. You asked me once if I was sure. I smiled and walked out through the door. I thought I needed something new, but now I only dream of you. I never thought I'd miss your light, till everything turned into night. If I had stayed, would we still shine? still call me yours and mine. I wouldn't feel this hollow space where I once knew your warm embrace. I should have held what we had made if I had stayed. I thought the world was calling me, but lost myself in what could be. Now every road leads back to when you loved me more than I knew then. You gave me roots I left behind. Now I just chase what I can't find. If I had stayed, would time be kind? Would we still share the same design? I see you now in every face, but no one takes your sacred place. My heart still breaks for choices made if I had stayed. I traded all to turn around, to hear your voice without a sound. But memories are all I keep, and lessons learned are buried deep. If I had stayed, would we still shine? Would you still call me yours and mine? I wouldn't feel this hollow space where I once knew your warm embrace. I should have held what we had made if I had stayed. You sit beside me every night, but something's missing from the light. We speak in phrases smooth and plain, but underneath I feel the strain. You're close enough to touch my skin, but far from where I've really been. Close yet away, you feel like rain that hits the ground then fades again. We're sharing space, but not the flame. We're wearing love without the name. I see your face and want to stay, but you're still far close yet away.
close yet away, like waves that part. You hold my hand but not my heart. We say the words and play the roles, but hide inside private holes. I'd scream your name if I knew how to bring you back to here and now. If silence is the price we pay for all the truth we threw away, then let me break and lose the game, if it will bring you back the same. Close yet away, you feel like rain that hits the ground and fades again. We're sharing space, but not the flame. We're wearing love without a name. I see your face and want to stay, but you're still far close yet away. We're not in love, we're not apart. Still living life with half a heart. You laugh at things I barely hear. I smile but never feel you near. We're caught in places undefined, a fading spark we cannot find. Somewhere between the truth and lies, we walk in shadows wearing ties. We're holding hands without a grip, a sinking boat we let drift. I wish I knew just what we mean, still stuck somewhere in between. We We're driving fast with lights turned low, but no one says where we should go. The road keeps curving out of view, like every word I lost with you. We're moving on but standing still, chasing time against our will. There are no exit signs, just endless dotted lines. We ride in circles night to day, but never find another way. You hold my hand, I fake a smile. We've been lost here for a while. The silence grows in every mile. You look ahead, I miss your smile. I wish that we could stop and speak, but all we do is chase the bleak. I'd rather crash than keep this pace, than keep pretending we're okay. There are no exit signs, no map, no warning lines. We're holding on to something gone, pretending this is moving on. We pass the same old distant lights, but lose a little more each night. If I could turn the wheel around, would you still choose this hollow sound? Or would you jump and save your breath before this ride just leads to death? There are no exit signs, just endless dotted lines. We ride in circles night to day, but never find another way. You hold my hand, I fake a smile. We've been lost here for a while. The room is quiet, filled with weight. We sit and stare, but never break. You used to move me like the sea. Now silence holds what we can't free. I used to fight to feel the spark, but now I float alone in dark, tied to the stillness, where nothing grows or fades. A love once loud now stays. In shadows we obey. We used to burn with light. Now we just lose the fight. Your eyes don't rise when I walk in. My voice just echoes from within. We're strangers who remember songs, but can't recall where they belong. We built a cage of gentle grace,
or fades. A love once loud now stays. In shadows we obey. We used to burn with light. Now we just lose the fight.
You smiled before you knew my name, but I had already felt the flame. The way you moved, the way you breathed, I knew you'd be the one I'd need. Before you spoke, I knew the sound that shakes and pulls you down. I felt it first, the rise, the fall, the ache and pull, the sudden call. You looked and still I knew the place where I would learn to lose and chase. Before the touch, before the thirst, I swear I felt it first. You just arrived, but I've been here all of my life, waiting for your hands, your eyes, to justify the tears I hide. You started slow, I dove in deep. You made me laugh, I barely sleep. I felt it first, like wind through fire, like hunger wrapped in sweet desire. You didn't know, but I was sure this wasn't something to ignore. You needed time to learn the verse, but I just knew I felt it first. Yeah. For you, and even if you turn and run, I'll always be the only one. I felt it first, the rise, the fall, the ache and pull, the sudden call. You looked and still I knew the place where I would learn to lose and chase. Before the touch, before the thirst, I swear I felt it first.